Welcome to Bastard Quest. I'm the Game Bastard Kyle.
Todd.
Corey.
Austin.
Today we are playing the G.I. Joe role-playing game, but in its true iteration as agents of COBRA.
COBRA!
Cool.
This is the G.I. Joe role-playing game from Renegade. Came out 2 years ago, maybe.
Well, COBRA Codex, it just came out last year.
The COBRA Codex did come out very recently. I believe I got it at Gen Con 2023.
You did. I was there. I saw it.
Yeah. And it's the...
I have questions about this.
Okay. First question, what is COBRA? Corey, I'm glad you asked. It's an international terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Is COBRA an acronym for anything, or?
I don't think so.
I didn't think so.
I don't think they thought the IP through that much.
Cool old Rattle Boys. Ah!
Yeah, that sounds right. So, with the COBRA Codex and the G.I. Joe core book, you can, of course, make COBRA operatives to play, which is what we're doing. We have played G.I. Joe previously, if you're just joining Bastard Quest for the first time.
Yeah, the G.I. Joe was a lot of fun. We started that on episode 24. And I think we played like 8 or 9 missions of that.
Yeah.
We played quite a few.
We're not going to say it's required listening, but some stuff is going to make more sense if you have heard that at this point.
Sure, because this is all set in the same universe.
Yeah, well, it definitely is not required. There won't be anything in terms of the plot that intersects. Some of the jokes, though.
Yeah.
I assume we're going to make a lot of callbacks.
And that, I think that's some of our best episodes are in that G.I. Joe game. There's some great characters. And if you want to know how to play G.I. Joe, I think we do a decent job of explaining the rules.
Yeah.
Which is why we're not going to go in depth over the rules in this episode. And the COBRA Codex doesn't change really any of the rules. It just gives you more options for COBRA characters. It does introduce a system for using wealth instead of just requisition points, which makes sense for COBRA operatives. Which we'll probably get into that as the campaign goes on. First off, though, let's talk about your COBRA commandos. Todd?
My character's name is Jean-Paul Fromage, codename Yacht Croc.
Yep.
When he is not doing things for COBRA, he pilots a yacht for a billionaire. He is a very wealthy man himself. He is an officer. He enjoys the musics of the Doobie Brothers and the Steely Dans and the Kenny Logan. Also, this is something that we did not cover in the session 0.
Which is available on the Patreon right now.
He is also a musician.
Oh, good.
Yes. He is very proficient at the guitar.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His guitar has a name. It is Gerard Depardieu.
The greatest of French actors.
Yes. But he is part of the C Division.
He's an
Things like
officer,
that.
right?
He is an officer. One of the officer perks is impossible expectations. I can basically spend a story point and bring one of my comrades back to life, essentially.
Well, given the low number of health of your fellow operatives, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we're starting out with 1 health. Is that everybody else have 1?
No.
Oh, nice.
You have 1 health.
I have 1.
I have HP 2.
I have 4.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Strong. Like the Hulk.
Well, tell us about your strong character, Corey.
Well, I'm the ninja, again, as I was in G.I. Joe. My COBRA is the arch nemesis of my G.I. Joe character, Lizard Lips. It is Gerald Fitzsimmons, who Lizard Lips used to do battle with at state fairs, like spitting watermelon seeds and shit.
You may be saying to yourselves, but Gerald Fitzsimmons, that doesn't sound like a
Well, his code
COBRA
name,
character.
His code name, he was disfigured in a terrible woods accident. He was harvesting molasses.
Sure.
In the woods outside of Kennebunkport, Maine, which is where he's from.
The wilds of Kennebunkport, as they call it in those regions.
Yeah, when he was set upon by a clan of chiggers, which are like tiny mites.
Yeah.
That get you. Western Kentucky, you guys probably all had chiggers, right?
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
Although I think the plural term is actually a neighborhood of chiggers.
Oh, okay.
It's not.
But these chiggers, getting chiggers sucks. It's really irritating.
Yeah,
it hurts.
really
It leaves little sores on you. He got it on the face, so this is Chigger Cheeks. The ninja from Kennebunkport, Maine. He's fast. He's angry. He's an assassin, a commando. He's got all kinds of sneaky shit, and he's a poisoner. He's got all these different poisons he can apply to like his weapons.
And he has, of course, a ninja mask because he's a Cobra ninja. And
Yeah,
that came with your armor, right?
Yeah, and it covers his cheeks.
So my thought is, when we do a big reveal of his face, is it either just almost unnoticeable chigger bite marks that he just has self-consciously overblown, or are there massive gaping holes in his face?
Well, it's Maine chiggers. They're way
mutants.
more deadly than most. Yeah. They're the size of a sparrow.
They crawled up there from 3 Mile Island.
I think his ninja mask should be a special modified mask that secretes calamine lotion.
Oh, that's nice. And there's a bunch of other shit, but that'll all come up in game. Yeah. Oh, he's a master of karate.
I think it's karate.
Yeah, there was a lot of martial arts to choose from, but I couldn't pronounce half of them. So karate.
Austin?
Well, my character is a disenfranchised Vanguard City Striker, meaning basically probably a former cop.
Oh, no.
Went Cobra. Met a lot of resistance trying to rise through the ranks just because of the type of person that he is, and so kind of became this rogue dreadnought Fury Road Raider type character. And his name is Throttlehead.
You know, I always assume most cops are Cobra.
ACAC? Okay.
So we do talk about this a little bit on the Patreon episode where we did our session 0 and made our characters. But your characters are part of a special Cobra unit that is sent into foreign countries, meaning not the United States, to destabilize their governments and also rob their treasuries to balance Cobra's books. Your main commander is Raptor, Cobra's chief accountant.
And you guys should really Google this absolutely real character.
Yes, yeah.
He's funny looking.
We did not make any of this up.
Now, just so you know, he doesn't dress like a typical accountant.
No.
Unless I know way less about accountants than I think I do.
Well,
he has like a falcon headdress, kind of like Hawkman from DC Comics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A feathered cape.
He's fucking Bird Person from Rick and Morty.
He's Bird Person from Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh, is this like a special wingsuit that he uses to fly? No. He can't fly. He does train raptors and birds of prey.
Yeah.
I don't think they're even mutant ones. I think they're just normal, like eagles and hawks.
Once again, we have a headquarters or a location that's just literally covered in bird shit.
Well, it happens.
And he's your boss because you, I guess, would technically be in like seconded to the accounting division.
Cobra accounting division.
But technically, your designation is Die 22, Destabilization, Infiltration, and Espionage Team 22.
Okay.
You're a Die team.
How many teams are there total?
There's 3.
Oh. Okay.
They give them random numbers, so in case G.I. Joe cracks their database, they think there's a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
There's only a couple.
Like it.
And before we get started, just kind of as a really, really fast primer, I think it's always easiest for us to just kind of go through what it takes to make an action roll in these games, because that's kind of the essence of any of these systems.
It's
even the essence system.
Yeah, it's an action-packed game.
Yeah. And so making an action in this system just involves rolling a d20, which is your action die, along with whatever your skill die is. Each one of our skills are ranked from D2 to D10 or 12.
I think it gets up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of as you increase your skill, you go from D2 to D4 and so on. And essentially, rolling any action requires you to make an action roll with a D20 along with your skill roll with whatever the rank is in the relevant skill.
Which you may not have one. Which, in that case, you'd be rolling with a snag. So, basically, disadvantage with 2 D20s.
Yeah. Whereas in some systems, the stats themselves kind of set the difficulties. Kyle would be coming up with the difficulty number for this.
And there's some things that could give us what's called upshifts and downshifts. Say, I've got a D6 in infiltration. An upshift would make that a D8. Like, if I had some kind of boost that would help me in that situation.
Yeah. And there are various kind of effects that help us kind of improve our rolls, whether we're rolling with an edge, meaning we're rolling with 2 D20s, or if we're rolling as if specialized, where we roll all the die leading up to and equal to our rank. So like if I was a D6 in athletics and was rolling as if specialized, I'd get to roll a D6, a D4, and a D2 along with my D20, and then pick the best one.
Yeah.
And that's essentially it.
Yeah. There's other stuff, but it can come up in gameplay for sure.
Episode 1, Loss Prevention Specialists. Throttlehead, Yacht Croc, and Chigger Cheeks are all in scuba gear at the bottom of Lake Erie. It is dark and muddy, and you're waiting for a signal because you're one of the leading elements for Cobra's group that will capture Rattlesnake Island from the Darris Crime Syndicate. because you see the Darius Crime Syndicate, led by Anamandaris, Patreon member,
Thank you.
borrowed a lot of money from Cobra, and they have not been paying it back. Technically, they have been paying it back, but Raptor let you know that Cobra Commander has been siphoning those funds into a personal account and wanted them to look like they hadn't on the books, so he can just keep the money, and then Cobra will go take Rattlesnake Island because that was the collateral held.
By the way, Rattlesnake Island, real island in Lake Erie.
Yeah, kind of terrifying how little is known about it.
And the 40-foot rattlesnake that hisses at anything. No.
Yeah, don't drive by on your jet ski.
It's eating flyovers.
So your mission as part of this task force is this crime syndicate, the Dare Syndicate. Their main base is on Rattlesnake Island, and they are known to have a subterranean layer, because of course they do, filled with lots of secret files that Cobra Commander wants. So your task, as part of this attack goes off, is to infiltrate the leader's mansion, capture him, and gain access to the vault under the island and secure those files.
Okay.
So the three of you are lurking in this murky darkness, waiting for the signal. It's the middle of the night, and you hear a voice in your earpieces beneath your wetsuits. It's the voice of the Image, the televiper assigned to Raptor. And he says,
Eagle cry, eagle cry, eagle cry.
which is, of course, Raptor's signal always to make the attack.
But he expects them to go...
He does, but the Image is a televiper, and he doesn't have that kind of vocal range. So he always just says eagle cry.
Wait, excuse me, I'm sorry, I must apologize. The correct signal is falcon cry, falcon cry, falcon cry. Commence operations.
You are underwater. You know that above you is a dock, the private dock of Anamandaris, which leads up to his mansion. The three of you begin to ascend, bubbles, up through the water. Your heads peak above the waves, and you hear the signals from the eel teams scattered around the island as they start moving in to secure the marina and the airport. Above you, silhouetted by the moon high above, you can see on the dock. This is a 2-story dock, but there's no boats at it right now. On the second story, which you access via a ladder.
Well, real quick, they're technically called bunk docks.
Are they really?
No.
Oh.
In Maine, they are.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Just because Maine's
Down
fun.
to the bunk dock.
You can see silhouetted against the night sky obviously some sort of guard in just regular clothes, smoking a cigarette. He's got a submachine gun slung over his chest, and he's looking out at the lake. And then from the lake, you hear the engine of a boat, and you see in the distance a speedboat heading distinctly towards the dock where you're at. And up on the hill beyond is the mansion, lit up, gardens. You can see the shadows of sentries moving around it. What would you like to do?
So we don't know who's on the speedboat. That's not a Cobra speedboat.
It is not a Cobra speedboat.
Okay.
As far as you know, Cobra couldn't account for all of the actions of Enemans Darius' security team. But no, you don't know. It's definitely not a Cobra speedboat. As far as you know, aside from you three, the only Cobra operatives are the various eel teams that are securing locations around the island, and Raptor himself, who has set up his, quote-unquote, as he calls it, his perch on the island lighthouse.
What a fucking dork.
Yeah. And he does actually have raptors and hawks and birds of prey with GoPros attached.
Oh.
So the Image does actually have significant visual feeds from the island. So just as you hear the speedboat, you hear in your ear,
Unidentified boat approaching dock 4.
Falcons have got another barn mouse. That's all he sees on,
Yeah.
on the GoPros. Small woodland animals being torn to shreds.
They're really letting that mouse have it. I don't think he's gonna make it, guys. But also, there's people on the boat. Just thought you should know.
How many people on the boat?
he tells you that there are 2 people on a boat, 2 of them that looks like Dare Syndicate thugs, like typical like Eastern European crime guys, and one obviously
Water skiing.
Yeah, water skiing.
Okay.
One obviously bound captive.
Oh.
A male of indeterminate identity.
Ah.
In civilian clothes. Now, it is night. The boat's still pretty far away. There's no way they could see you. And the sentry on top of the dock has given no indication that he knows you're there. What would you guys like to do?
Well, fellas, you know what to do. Let's kill every man, woman, and child on the island. Yep.
Oh, that Cobra Ninja right there.
Yep.
Cobra.
Dear Lord.
What? Did you have a stroke?
I think first of all, I will take out the sentry with my spear gun, which I call Shot Cousteau.
Okay, well, we're getting off to a great start.
So yeah, I'm gonna rise up and. Pew.
Yeah, you can just lean up out of the water and shoot him with your spear gun.
Okay.
So we're not going to roll initiative. This guy has no idea you're there. He's the only one, so you can make your roll. So I'm going to say it's going to be against his toughness, since he has no idea this attack is coming.
Okay. And I will use targeting, I guess, would be most logical.
Yeah. Your weapon should be a targeting weapon.
So that's a D2. So I roll a D2 and a D20, or as Yacht Croc would call it, a D-vent.
Now remember, you can always use a free action to aim. What's your speed?
4.
Yeah, so you'll have at least, I think, like 2 free actions or some number of them.
And aiming gives you an upshift, is that correct?
It does, which
Okay.
means your D2 would become a full-fledged D4.
D4. Okay. So yes, I will aim and fire Shot Cousteau at the sentry. It is not good.
Okay.
I rolled a total of a 4.
Oh,
Ouch.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 1 on the D20.
Nice. That's a fumble, so that gives me... So, Todd, since you did fumble, you do get a ruthlessness point. So you have 2 ruthlessness points now. And those are actually called story points, but since it's Cobra, we decided they should all be ruthlessness points.
Yes.
So I'm going to say this guy has to roll to see if he missed it, because this was a silent weapon, and you missed him totally, so the spear just went shooting straight way over his head.
A falcon drops.
He got an 8, so yes, it does hit a falcon, and the bird drops dead right in front of him. And you hear him curse in Hungarian. He stands up, he's looking around, brings his submachine gun up. He raises his radio. Something going on at the dock 4, the bossy dock. And you hear, what is it? I don't know. Bird just dropped, and there's like a stick in it. I don't know what's going on.
The bird has a camera? Oh, is it the cyber birds?
Okay, so everybody else roll initiative.
okay.
Which is a D20 plus your initiative value if you have one.
I have a D2 in initiative.
I do too.
All right.
I don't have anything in initiative.
Okay, so I believe you roll it with a snag, which is 2 D20s, and you take the lowest.
Okay.
Dear God, Chigger Cheeks got a 3.
I got a 20.
I also rolled a 1 on the D20s. So I get a ruthlessness point for that.
So an initiative counts as a skill test in this game, so you would.
I got an 11.
Okay.
I got a 20. Not natural. Although I think it doesn't matter in this game. The crits come from the skill die, right?
That's correct. So whatever skill die you're rolling, the crit comes if you get the maximum result on it. Now, that not for the D2. You cannot crit on a D2.
Yeah.
But Austin Throttlehead's going to go first. This syndicate thug has his submachine gun raised with one hand, and the other he's holding his radio. He's looking around, scanning the area. He clearly doesn't see you yet, but essentially telegraphing that on his turn he's going to be using alertness to try to find you guys.
Throttlehead bursts out of the water going, "It's a subtlety!" and then fires his machine gun at the thug.
Okay. All right. For now, he's still surprised.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be evading. That's going to be
Really?
against his toughness. He did not expect that. I like that you're talking while you've got your scuba gear in.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons it sounds so garbled, but the rest of it is that he's not good at speaking.
Okay, roll your targeting.
All right, my targeting's a D4. I'm going to take aim.
Cool. D6.
What am I trying to beat here?
Well, his toughness is 12.
Okay. I rolled a 12 exactly.
Okay. How much damage does your assault rifle do?
Anybody want to take a guess?
I'm thinking 1 sharp.
You got it.
The assault rifle roars, bullets perforate the top of the dock, slam the thug. Ah! He takes multiple hits and goes tumbling off, splashing into the water, and begins sinking to the bottom. The radio squawking. Above, on the dock, the injured falcon goes and expires.
Because I also hit him.
You just fired an assault rifle. Obviously, that is loud. You can see lights coming on, the sentries on the front lawn, up on the mansion, flashlights coming on. The boat, however, still going forward, doesn't appear to have heard anything because boat engines are loud. You guys can judge that the boat will definitely get to the dock before the mansion is way up on a hill.
Yeah.
So unless the sentries have a bunch of cars that they're just going to be getting into and just slamming down the hill, which this is G.I. Joe, so they might.
Or zip lines.
Or zip lines, yeah. The boat is definitely going to get to the dock first before any of the other criminal syndicate guys. What do you guys want to do? And we are out of initiative, FYI.
Okay. Well, Chigger Cheeks has a lot of... What's your problem? He has a lot of, like, infiltration moves. He's an assassin. He's very sneaky.
Yeah.
So he's going to float under the dock and await the speedboat.
Okay. That's a kind of move his cousin Tick Tongue might pull.
Yeah.
Why don't you fellas go on up the island, murder everybody involved? I'll wait down here and kill what I can.
Genocide.
Jesus.
Even that's a tad evil.
For old Chigger Cheeks.
Okay, so Chigger Cheeks is going to clandestinely await the boat, and Throttlehead and Yacht Croc are going to advance up the hill towards the mansion?
Correct.
All right. So you all climb out onto the dock. I assume the guys going up are dropping their heavy scuba gear. And
Yes.
Nope.
No? Okay.
Throttlehead, he drops his aqualung just to take the weight off where he can keep his ammo feeder equipped. But he is just tromping up in his scuba gear and his fins just to try and retain some element of disquieting surprise whenever these mafia guys come upon them.
Nothing scarier than the old flipper walk.
Okay, so the two of you are going up the lawn. There's a stone path that runs down the hill, and you can see 3 different flashlights kind of sweeping the yard and coming cautiously down, and you can hear them on their radios trying to reach the guy on the dock, who they don't know is now dead.
Okay.
They don't appear to have spotted you yet. The dock itself isn't necessarily illuminated by any light. I mean, there's the moon and the stars, but it's not super bright. And there's trees and shrubs and stuff. So are you two guys going to do anything special waiting for these sentries? Are you going to go up to meet them, or what's your plan? Obviously kill them, but...
So I have an idea for something, but what's the terrain look like between us and them?
So there's the path going up to the house, and there's a lawn, but there's also like a tree line along the lakeshore itself with some overgrown shrubs and bushes.
Okay.
And you look down, and the ground moves, Indy. It's rattlesnakes everywhere.
All right. Throttlehead is going to kind of lead the way laterally into the tree line a little bit, and he's going to throw a flashbang grenade directly amongst the group of 3 flashlights that he sees.
Okay. Todd?
Yacht Croc is going to give Throttlehead a thumbs up on his decision, and he is going to stand there and light a cigarette.
So those 2 characters are getting set up for this ambush, and meanwhile, the speedboat slows down, comes into the slip on the dock. Chigger Cheeks is underneath in the water. Through the water, you can hear the muffled thumps of feet on the dock, tying up the boat. The engine dies, and you can hear talking, but you can't make out what is being said.
Okay. First off, Chigger Cheeks does an old Maine prank he's mighty fond of.
Sticks a tater in the tailpipe. Haha, that'll show him.
Of the boat.
Pure evil.
So it takes him a while before he realizes boats don't have tailpipes.
Shit.
So he just jams it.
Well, he just does the next best thing then that he can come up with on such short notice, and he puts his gum on the rotors. Yeah.
Yes, that'll get him.
The old big league chew.
So Chigger Cheeks is going to go behind them to the
Sure.
end of the dock and like boost himself up out of the water to land behind them.
Yeah, okay. To gain the element of surprise.
Yeah.
So I'll say acrobatics.
Will do. I got a D8 acrobatics and I'm an expert.
Okay, so I'm going to say this is pretty simple. This is going to be, you're going to need to beat a 7. Because 1, it's the middle of the night. They are definitely not expecting somebody to frogman out of Lake Erie with a ninja sword.
Okay, got a D8 in acrobatics. What does expert do, Kyle?
I think what you're referring to is expertise, which you choose 2 skills, you become an expert in them, and you gain 2 upshifts when you use them.
Oh, cool.
Now, this doesn't increase the skill level of the skill. It's just you get 2 upshifts when you use them. So it effectively does, but technically not. And I think I know why they did that, but we won't get into it.
Okay, so technically I'm rolling with a D12 then.
And I assume you're taking expertise in what? Acrobatics and...
I have expertise in acrobatics and might.
Gotcha, okay.
That is a 15.
Yes, you definitely surprised these guys.
Dee.
So, yeah, you flip up nimbly behind them. It's 2 of the criminal thugs, and they have a tied up man that they're hoisting up on the dock, dragging out of the boat, hoisting up on the dock. He's got a hood over his face, and he's handcuffed and he's zip tied at his wrists and his ankles.
Okay.
And he's dressed in plain clothes as well. So you can attack them or do what you wish.
Okay. Chigger Cheeks will attack.
All right.
Gonna use his Kapinga.
Is that the name for
It's
his
a weapon.
katana?
No, the Kapinga is a throwing weapon, but you can also use it as a hitting weapon. It's wacky looking. It was in the G.I. Joe book, so I took it.
I have no idea what that is.
It kind of looks like a weird, like, fleur-de-lis type thing with a handle on it. It's weird.
Oh, okay.
It's got, like, multiple... it doesn't make any sense, really.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess if you're fighting, like, a squid,
Yeah. Well, that happens a lot in G.I. Joe comics.
it could.
More than you think.
Yeah. Or fending off 6 rattlers.
What fascinates me about that picture I just saw of the Kapinga is that the entire thing appears to be sharp. There's like
Jesus.
I guess you need a special glove to hold it on
The Kapinga glove.
One chop.
It's all one sharp.
Right. So Chigger Cheeks comes up behind whichever one looks scarier and taps him on the shoulder with his Kapinga and says,
Bottom of the evening to you, gents. I'm Chigger Cheeks. Gonna send you to hell now, where you'll feast on feces for the rest of your days while Lucifer cackles.
and
All right.
So he's an evil mainer.
well, the Chiggers do that to you.
Twist your
This is what a mainer looks like in a bad mood.
That's right.
So the Kapinga, if you throw it, it does 1 sharp. If you hit somebody with it, it does 1 blunt damage.
Okay.
So 1 damage.
I'm glad they felt the need to make that distinction.
So what skill do I need to roll to hit this guy?
So I think as a projectile, you would use athletics.
Okay.
But for hand-to-hand combat, we're using it as a melee weapon.
Okay.
Might.
Okay. I'm an expert in might, got a D8, so it's basically a D12 again.
Yeah, these guys are surprised.
A fair hand with a Kapinga.
I feel like Chigger Cheeks is Judd Crandall if he had been buried in the pet cemetery.
So Chigger Cheeks shouts, Kapinga! That's a 22. Does that hit?
A 22 does hit, so that'll do double damage. Or, well, 2 sharp.
Wow.
Effectively double damage.
2 blunt.
2 blunt. Oh, excuse me. Oh, these guys are totally resistant to blunt. Their
Oh, okay.
their bones are made out of jelly.
Well,
No. So what does it look like when Chigger Cheeks eliminates one of these criminal thugs?
well, speaking of bones, he shoves the Kapinga in the back of the guy's neck and brings it down swiftly, while he's doing so reaching inside his back and grabbing his spine and pulling it out.
Oh, so he predators him.
Yeah. Yeah. And his skull pops down through the neck.
That's how that works.
And it comes
The other guy,
out. It's Cobra.
the other guy's backpedaling, screaming, "Ah!"
I'll do the same to you. Gotta turn your bones to jelly. Main jelly.
It's just like that time in Guatemala. He's stumbling over himself. The captive just hits the deck with a thump. They just let him drop. Meanwhile, up on the lawn from the tree line, Austin, roll your targeting for throwing.
Yeah,
grenades?
targeting for throwing. I have a targeting in D4.
So this is a pretty routine toss. So it's going to be difficulty 10 to hit in between all these guys.
Okay. That's a total of 11.
All right, and the grenade does what? 1 stun.
Yes. It's a general kind of radius around it, but
Yeah.
where I'm throwing it in the middle of this group anyway.
So they're just in everyday clothes. They're not wearing any armor. They don't have hearing protection. So there's this ear-bleeding pop and this huge sunlight flare in the middle of the yard. All the chrysanthemums and tulips are illuminated, and these 3 guys go down screaming and holding their ears, the eyes shut, just in horrible amounts of pain, blinded, deafened, completely disoriented.
Spear face. And he points to Yacht Croc and just kind of gestures for him to do his work with the spear gun.
Well done, mon ami.
So, I mean, these guys are completely at your mercy. You can just simply spear each of them, execute them.
Make a man skewer.
I don't know that his projectile launcher is that potent.
Oh, I see.
I only wish I had the harpoon so I could do that, but no, I will spear each of them individually right between the eyes.
Yeah, Yacht Croc executes these stunned guys, and Yacht Croc and Thunderhead continue up the yard, up the path towards the mansion. So, Corey, back on the dock, we will roll initiative because outside of the surprise round, the thug is going to be able to potentially shoot back. He got a 16.
Okay, my initiative's a D2. Got a 18.
Oh, well, you go first. He might not get any chance at all.
Quick as a mana, as they say.
Is that what they say?
Yeah. So the other guy's a little bit of a distance from me.
Yeah, he backpedaled a few feet. He's scrambling, trying to get away, trying to get his gun raised.
Okay, Chigger Cheeks is going to spin the spine and head in the air and throw it at the guy.
Okay.
I think that'll probably do one sharp.
Probably do one wet skull.
Okay.
It's worth of damage. Yeah, you can use that as an improvised throwing weapon.
Okay.
Heads up, buddy.
I'm going to say that you're going to have to downshift your athletics for throwing the head and spine, because turns out you haven't had a ton of training throwing a wet head and spine.
I disagree. I'm from Maine, sir. Have that at the fair.
So,
But we use dogs.
oh my god.
Just the bad ones.
Do you have athletics?
Yeah, I've got a D2, so that just makes it a regular D20.
Yeah.
Okay. But not with a snag, just a D20.
I think we'll just say a regular D20. Yeah.
Okay. That's a 9.
So it's definitely intimidating, but he kicks it away, and he's just like repeatedly kicking it with his foot until it falls off the dock.
I mean, is there such a thing as emotional damage? Because that was the skull and spine of his
Cobra.
partner, you know.
Feels like there should be. He's just been screaming the entire time.
They could have been cousins.
Oh, Dimitri!
Hit you with one sad.
So he's downgrading his attack to just a D20 because he's emptying the entire submachine gun clip at you.
Oh, okay.
Is your evasion better or worse than a 6?
It's 19.
Turns out he doesn't hit a lot when he's completely freaked out. Oh, but does he hit the guy on the dock? Yes. One of the bullets goes into the guy on the dock. You hear him up, but it is your turn.
Kapinga throw.
I get it, yeah.
And that's what he does.
Okay.
He throws the Kapinga.
So this guy's scrambling away. It's going to be against his evasion,
Okay.
which is 13.
So I use athletics
Yep.
for throwing the Kapinga.
Yes, sir.
This reminds me of the old antler throw back at the fair.
Oh, yeah, that old canard.
That's a 16.
Kapinga.
Yeah, you hit him. It hits him right in the side of the head. And he goes tumbling off the dock with a splash.
Wait, bring back my Kapinga.
Well, we'll say it fell out of his head as he rolled off, so
Right.
you don't lose it.
I've got a rope at the end of the Kapinga.
Sure, of course.
Get back.
It's quickly turning into a different weapon.
His body's sinking. The night is quiet, though. There's a brief flare of illumination up on the lawn as a stun grenade goes off, and then after that, you just hear some muttered French chuckling. So at your feet is the captive who took a bullet. What do you wish to do with the captive?
So we weren't briefed on anything like there would be prisoners or anything like that.
You were not.
Okay. Chigger Cheeks yanks the hood off.
He looks up at you, and you recognize him. This is a G.I. Joe named Ice Cream Soldier.
Ah, I see us, you son of a bitch. We meet again.
Chigger Cheeks. I didn't think you lived after Portland.
Alive and well. How'd you get yourself captured there, numbnuts?
We were doing an undercover sting in Cleveland.
Great job.
And they didn't buy that I was a junkie looking for a hit. And this is obviously well-built military guy. Like street clothes that obviously were bought yesterday.
Yo, I would like to buy some smack.
Yes, that's basically what he tried to do.
One drugs, please.
Narcotics, sir?
Here's your problem. You're always carrying around that Kona soft serve. Gives you away every time, Ice Cream Soldier.
I didn't pick my code name.
It was assigned to you?
It was a sign. I think Duke hates me.
Were you attacked by an ice cream man?
No, I don't know why they call me that. Duke just said your designation is Ice Cream Soldier.
Okay, well, time to stick my finger in your wound.
Yacht Croc and Throttlehead here screaming coming from the dock.
We all scream for ice cream. Chigga cheeks.
Throttlehead is slowly removing bits and pieces of his diving equipment, but he basically strips down to where he's just in like his underwear and the diver's mask.
What is Throttlehead's toughness?
18.
So the sniper on the roof of the mansion rolled a 20.
Oh, shit.
So a heavy bore round slams into Throttlehead's chest, throws him on his back. You take 1 damage. And obviously, Yacht Croc and Chigger Cheeks heard the clear report of a heavy sniper rifle, though you have no idea where it came from because right before the shot, all the lights on the mansion went out. And you guys can all roll initiative because you're all potentially in range of the sniper.
Okay.
Yacht Croc rolled a 6.
10 for Chigger Cheeks.
I rolled tops on both die. I've got a 22.
Wow.
Sniper got a 12. So, Austin, you once again get to go first. Your armor took most of the bullet, but you're definitely going to be sore tomorrow, and you're getting up off the lawn. Everything is dark now because you guys don't have any lights up. And you know somewhere on that mansion roof, if that's where the shot came from, there's a sniper reloading.
How many stories is the mansion?
It's 2 stories.
Cool. Throttle kind of struggles to his feet, going, here better! And picks out a grenade and tossing it up a couple of times in his hand. He pulls the pin and lobs it up onto the approximate location on the roof where the sniper is hiding.
Okay, so there could be lots of places where the sniper is hiding. I'll let you make some sort of cleverness roll to try to smarts roll.
Shit.
To give it your best guess.
So I do have a D2 in awareness. So I'll say it's that one to see if, just based on the direction that I was hit from and my gaze toward the house, having given me a chance to kind of perceive where the shot came from.
Okay, I'm going to say this is difficult, which is 20. But if you make it, your grenade's automatically going to hit there. You're not going to have to roll separately for your grenade throw.
Oh, okay.
Because the real defense of the sniper is he's hidden.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 19.
Oh.
So you almost make it. So I'm going to say that Throttle hurls this grenade. It lands on the roof, bounces across, lands in a gutter, explodes, rips off part of the gutter of the house. Small fire starts, and you see, briefly illuminated by the flame, a sniper who ducks behind one of the chimneys on the roof. So, Yacht Croc and Chigger Cheeks, so you know where the sniper is now.
Okay.
So you guys can target him directly.
Marco.
But it is the sniper's turn, and he's going to shoot at the guy that just threw a grenade at him because he took that personally. And I assume you're going to try to defend with your toughness.
Yes.
Well, he rolled a 1.
Ow.
So that's a failure and a fumble. His gun jams. So he's going to be spinning around clearing that.
Okay.
He ducks back behind cover. Corey, it is your turn.
Okay, how far away is the house from where I'm at in the docks?
Easily 200 yards away.
So Chigger Cheeks pulls his finger out of Ice Cream Soldier. That sounds really bad. Licks it and goes, praline.
Good Lord.
I don't have the best diet.
So he kind of grabs him by the scruff of the neck and starts marching up the hill to get closer to the scene. Because my movement is only 35 feet, and even if I push myself, which would like increase it by like 5 or 10 or something. Yeah. That's not going to be enough to get up there.
Yeah, so the two of you, Chigger Cheeks and Ice Cream Soldier, are making their way up the hill. Todd, it's Yacht Croc.
What a fucking buddy cop movie.
Ice Cream Soldier and Chigger Cheeks.
By the way, Ice Cream Soldier is a real G.I. Joe.
He is a real G.I. Joe, yeah.
Yacht Croc's origin is corrupt.
He's French.
Yes, obviously. One of the perks of being corrupt is something called distracting offer.
Okay.
So he is going to attempt to distract the sniper by taunting him.
The French are good at that. I've seen Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
With a distracting offer? So is it cigarettes or jelly or...
I make a skill test of my origin skill against a target's cleverness.
Ah, okay.
So I just figure, he would just make fun of him to distract him.
Okay, so his cleverness is 11.
Okay. On a success, the target suffers -1 on all skill tests until the beginning of my next turn.
Oh.
So he would lose 1.
Like lose 1 rank?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
If I fail, I can't use this ability again during this scene.
All right, make your roll and then tell me what you say.
Here's the thing. It's going to be a social skill,
Sure.
obviously. Because of one of my other perks, might, for me, is a social skill.
Oh.
So I'm going to use my might socially.
Okay.
So that's going to be a D2, 22, and I rolled a 20.
Damn.
All right, so that is doubly effective because you doubled the result you needed.
Yes, so he loses 2 ranks
Yeah.
every time. So Yacht Croc steps right out into the open in the direction of the sniper, says, "Hello, Mr. Sniper." I just wanted you to know that you are not very adept as a sniper. I have seen better shooting up by the junkies in Cleveland.
Damn. Even the other enemy soldiers like, damn.
This emboldens Throttlehead, who used to be a cop in Cleveland.
Of course he did. Of course. So this infuriates the sniper.
Training my whole life for this.
So on his round, he was going to be clearing the jam of his rifle. Now he's going to have to roll for that, and it's going to be worse. So you hear some muttering like, "Shot top ranks at the academy. I'm stupid French. Why don't you go surrender again to some Germans or something?"
Top rank at the academy on Rattlesnake Island. Population 35.
So Austin, it's the top of the next round. It's Throttlehead's turn.
So hearing this and kind of hearing confirmation that the gun is jammed, Throttlehead is going to bear down and sprint toward the actual entrance to the house.
Yeah, the front doors are way up there at the front. If you do nothing but move this turn, you can reach them.
All right, yeah, I'm going to do that.
So let's roll for the downgrade of this guy trying to fix his sniper rifle. And a 5 is not going to do it. So he's going to be out at least another round. Corey, it's your turn. Area feels very safe.
So the only soldier outside right now is the sniper, right?
As far as you know, yes.
Okay, can I get within range to take a shot at him in this round?
Not with dragging a prisoner. And this is a Joe, so the moment he's out of your grip, he will try to escape.
Chigger Cheese has a stern talk with Ice Cream Soldier.
Now I'm going to leave you here by this here tree. But also...
And he dips his gloved finger into a tiny Gerber's jar he has.
Okay.
And inserts it into the wound.
Oh, so you put baby food in his wound?
No, sir. That there's poison. So his standard poison is an irritant. It causes rash and severe itching.
Dang.
What I've introduced into your bloodstream is what little concoction I call the venom of the chigga. Now you see why I'm evil, don't you? So basically he's going to tell him, I'm the only one with the antidote. So unless you want to be itching, you're going to stay right here until I get back.
So what does he have to roll? Or does he have to roll something?
Yeah, infiltration or science.
Oh, you have to roll.
Yeah,
to properly...
to insert the poison.
Right.
And I've got a D6 in infiltration, so I'll go with that guy.
Okay.
And Kyle, you kind of created your own poisoning
Yes.
rules here.
Yeah.
So basically, if I get a crit, I apply the poison without consuming the entire supply, and it lasts the entirety of the combat.
Right.
If I get a success, I apply it without consuming the supply, just a regular success.
Correct.
If I fail, it applies the poison, but I consume my entire supply. And if it's a fumble, I apply, consume, and accidentally poison myself.
Correct. That's correct.
That's okay, I'm already itching.
Okay, D6. Damn, I fucking fumbled.
Dag dammit, the chickens never go. They never leave you, do they?
Now, you can use a Ruthless point to re-roll if you wish. You can re-roll any one.
Yeah, I've got 2. I'm going to go ahead and use one.
All right.
That there's a 23.
So Ice Cream Soldier's bloodstream immediately begins itching, which is the worst because you can't itch your blood.
Yeah.
And he's just writhing in pain beside the tree. I hate Cobra ninjas.
His blood itches.
I hate Cobra so much.
That actually sounds like the name of a Cobra operative.
Blood itch.
So he is temporarily disabled, essentially for the rest of the scene. He's not going to try to escape. He can't. He's in terrible itchy pain.
Okay, smell you later, alligator.
And he darts up the hill to try to get within range.
Okay. What's your speed?
35 feet, but I can push myself to get further up the hill.
Sure. But what's your speed rating, though?
Oh, it's an 8.
Sure. Okay, yeah, we'll just say you make it.
Okay.
Yeah, you get within range. You can see the sniper is up on the roof behind the chimney, clearly trying to clear a jam, cursing, talking bad about the French.
And it's still dark, right?
It's very night.
Good thing I'm a friend of darkness. Ha ha.
He has Chigger Cheeks has a skill called Friend of Darkness. I can do a D10 alertness test to see if I can see in the dark up to 30 feet. I don't know how far away I am from the sniper, but...
We're always wishy-washy with ranges on this game, so it's fine.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
So alertness.
Yeah, I'll just say you can see him.
Okay, I'm going to use my.
Well, your action was poisoning Ice Cream Soldier.
Oh.
Yeah.
So basically, you just get in range at the end of this turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, this guy's gun is probably going to be jammed for like 14 rounds.
Right.
So it'll probably be fine. Todd, it is Yacht Croc's turn.
He is just continuing to barrage the sniper
Yeah,
with
no.
insults. Hey, Mr. Sniper, perhaps you would be a better shot if you did not jerk off overhand.
Yeah.
Austin Throttlehead slams through the front door of the mansion. It's silent inside, ticking of a grandfather clock in this finely appointed front room. You can hear people running, the thump of feet above you on the floor. It's definitely not the roof.
Ready or not, here I come.
What's this game of hide and seek with guns?
Yeah. And so he cocks his assault rifle and begins slowly climbing the steps up toward where he hears people running. What I want is for the sniper to, as he's trying to clear this jam, to just slowly hear me snaking my way through this mansion, making my way up to where he is.
I'm sure he can hear the muttered whatever you do. Well, let's see if the sniper can clear this jam with his decreased ability. Well, he rolled a natural 20 and a 1, so yes, he does clear it, but that's his turn. So next turn he'll be able to shoot, and it is Chicker Cheeks. Corey, you're in range.
Okay.
The sniper just went, "Ha ha! Prepare to die, Frenchman!" You feel confident he's going to shoot at Yacht Croc.
Gotcha.
I will not be dying today, mon ami. However, your father is a fan of the cinema of Zack Snyder.
Wow.
Big sucker punch guy.
The Owls of Galooly.
Jeff Galooly?
Whatever the fuck that movie was.
I think it's Gahul or something.
Who gives a shit?
Right.
Well, we got to be accurate. That's what the fans tune in for.
Yeah, our accurate Zack Snyder references.
What do you imagine the overlap is between Bastard fans and Snyder fans?
Everybody loves Zack Snyder. So Chigger Cheeks is going to pull out his bow, which has a range of 100 feet, or 50 to 100 feet.
Gotcha. He's definitely within range.
Right. It's a double bow of his own creation.
Uh-huh.
Basically, it's like an X. It's two bows.
Is that what it's like?
Yeah, and it doesn't really do anything.
It doesn't make it better at all.
But it's cool.
Sure, that's the important part.
So Chigger Cheeks shouts to Yacht Croc, "This kill goes out to you. I won't say thank you because I don't have good manners. That's what happens when the chickas get you." Sucked every manner out of my face.
It still just launches one arrow, but it's just harder to hold.
Yeah, it's really more of an encumbrance.
Looks cool, though.
I mean, that is definitely a weapon that could be a G.I. Joe weapon, right?
absolutely.
Sure.
If they could have figured out how to box it,
Yeah.
Somebody told him to make a crossbow, and he just got confused.
I guess a bow that makes as a cross?
Yeah, it's not really an X, it's a crucifix shaped. I may be evil, but I still love the Lord. Presbyterian. So he's gonna shoot. He's got the qualities silent and sniper,
Yeah.
so he doesn't know I'm coming.
No.
And he's gonna get sniped, which is really gonna piss him off when he's
Yeah.
dead.
It's going to just aggravate him so much being dead.
And it does one sharp damage.
Well,
Would this be my targeting?
yeah, this is targeting.
Okay, it's a D2. That is an 11.
Yeah, that is going to hit him. So, where does the arrow hit?
It hits him right in the uvula
Okay.
and goes upwardly into his brain.
Yeah, he blood spurts out of his mouth, sprays on the side of the chimney, and he goes tumbling off the backside of the roof. You hear the body hit with a thump.
Good job getting that jam undone, buddy.
The rifle goes off.
Another falcon down.
Falcon's probably. You hear it's the image's voice in your headsets.
Raptor would request that you please stop accidentally killing his birds.
It was these damn enemies.
Meanwhile, upstairs, Throttlehead hears clearly people, commotion, sounds of alarm coming from the master bedroom.
He stops and thinks for a minute. He still has his assault rifle out, but now he tiptoes to the master bedroom.
Sure, in combat boots. That makes it easy.
No. He's still in flippers.
Oh, right.
If I remember correctly, he is basically in his underwear except for the flippers and his scuba helmet.
Yes, yeah. Quite a terrifying visage.
You
to
can
be honest.
you hear a male voice, "Shut up! Shut up!" The sound of a gun being loaded and a woman's voice, "Oh my god!" What does Throttlehead want to do?
Kind of think about throwing another flashbang in there.
Yeah, do it.
Like just open the door a crack and then toss it in and close it again.
Okay.
If there's innocence, it won't kill them. Just a lot of blood coming out of their ears.
Yeah.
That's true. That is very true.
Permanent sight loss.
Oh, yeah.
Permanent vision damage and hearing.
But we're Cobra.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, he's going to open the door, touch, go, Kobe, and then toss it in.
Right. Roll your athletics.
And I'm not aiming for anything in particular. I'm just tossing it in and closing the door behind me. Ooh. I fumbled.
Damn.
Everything was going so well.
You throw the door open. Your arm is pulled back to throw the grenade. Inside, it's this very well-appointed bedroom, big 4-post bed. The sheets are in disarray. There's a man in boxer shorts trying, and it looks like he's failing to effectively load a Desert Eagle. Him you recognize as Enaman Darris, the crime boss, the target you need to get into the underground facility and get the secret files that Cobra Commander wants. Next to him is a woman who's clearly dressed as what's supposed to be the Baroness. With dyed hair, and she has a riding crop. And the moment she sees you dressed as a psychopath, she freaks out, screams, and like throws her hands down to her sides and hits the guy in the ass with the riding crop. The gun goes off, bounces off the wall, ricochets around, and hits the grenade in your hand.
Jesus.
It goes off immediately, blinds and deafens all of you. And outside, Yacht Croc and Chigger Cheeks just see, like, outside the bedroom window, just this brief flare of white light, and the windows explode. And Cobra Commander's face appears in the center of the screen, and it says, "To be continued next week on Cobra 5." That will end the episode there.
All right.
Bonjour.
Good job, guys. You did pretty well.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
I'm really surprised you didn't just instantly execute Ice Cream Soldier, Corey.
Well, I'm gonna torture him.
Sure. Yeah. By the way, every dead Joe is worth 2 ruthless points.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
For whoever kills him or for the group at large?
I think it depends on the circumstances, but probably for the group at large, since it invigorates all Cobras.
Okay, cool.
Murder's fun.
Yeah, being bad.
It's good to be playing a G.I. Joe game and an SSD-20 system game again.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been a minute since we've played that kind of system.
Yeah, Transformers was the last time, I believe. Yeah.
It was. We did play Transformers. I don't know. It's so hard for me to estimate how long ago we played something on this game. But Transformers wasn't that long ago. We played a Transformers episode.
245 days ago.
Okay. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah. Got to start taking some memory supplements. But yeah, I do like the SNC-20 system. I really like the Cobra Codex. It's a good splat book.
Yep, pretty fun.
I'm enjoying it. Like the characters, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, I just wish I knew what Austin was saying.
No one does.
I vote we keep playing it.
We will.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna play
Bad
probably
place to end.
a few episodes of this.
Okay.
Because I want to do the Rattlesnake Island adventure and then at least one more.
Okay, cool.
Where you guys go and do your primary job of destabilizing and robbing a foreign country.
Gotcha.
Fantastic. First of all, we would like to thank all of our patrons. We appreciate you tuning in and being a part of this. We had a couple of patrons make appearances tonight.
Yeah, Anna Mandaris is a Patreon member, and Ice Cream Soldier is not a real person, I hope. Right. Oh, and of course, Z-Image, Zamage.
Yes.
Is the Televiper that works
Z-Mage.
for Z-Mage. Yeah. Works for Raptor.
Old Z-Image.
And if you are a fan of RPGs, and why would you be listening to this if you weren't? NorseFoundry.com is the place to go when you want really cool dice to play with.
Yeah, they've got dice from all kinds of materials. Wood, metal. They actually got a bone section. I'm actually kind of excited for that. I hope they get some back in stock soon.
Yeah, they got them made out of duck bones.
Yeah, I like femur.
It's mostly platypus.
Yeah.
Actually.
They roll real good.
Yeah.
And if you go to NorseFoundry.com, place your order at checkout, use the discount code CHAM. That's CHAM, CHAM, for 10% off your order.
But you got to use bastard bucks. which we have for sale right now.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like the Bastard Bucks is like one of those, like the gumball machines that has like the quote unquote rare coins, and there's like a bunch of pennies and dimes in there, and it's 50 cents to get one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is similar in that it is a scam.
Yes. Also, thank you to our sponsor, Barrel and Bond, 100 Broadway Street in beautiful downtown Paducah, right there on the banks of Lake Erie. I mean, the Ohio River.
Well, it comes from Lake Erie, probably.
Yeah.
One of the best damn bourbon bars in the country. I'll say that.
Yeah. No longer any chiggers in the bathroom.
Yeah, they got them out.
Not since the fumigation.
It's been sprayed.
But thank you to all our listeners and our Patreon members. We appreciate it. Thanks for leaving reviews on the various podcast places and social media. We do really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, and tell a friend.
Thanks, I'm Kyle.
Todd.
Corey.
Austin.